is 1,650 people every day globally are searching for asset-based factoring. Now, because my client is not a local business, he can do business to business, that's his business, with companies across North America. A good chunk of those people are going to come from North America. So 49,000 people per day are searching for that keyword, and he's coming up in the number 2 and the number 3 position. Okay, so you can imagine that his traffic, now I just did this very recently, so and we are going to build on some more keywords, because there's other keywords like asset-based loans, factoring financing, invoicing factoring, all these other keywords that we're going to be targeting as well, so that when anyone types in any of these keywords, he will also be coming up on, you know, the number 1, number 2, or number 3 position. That's our goal. So this last one is, again, it's a local business, Coffee Toronto. Let's check out this one. Now again, because you're using a city name, the searches will be lower, and because, you know, people are searching just within a very narrow geographic location. And I'm not going to look at the monthly searches because that is a global search. Instead, I'm going to look at the local monthly searches, okay? So 2,400 a month divided by 30 is 80 people a day. So 80 people a day are typing in Coffee Toronto, and they're seeing my client's website in, I think it was the number 2 position? Yeah, the number 2 position. Now, you know, this is only with a very small amount of work. Can you imagine what could happen if I actually spent a lot more time and invested in doing this type of stuff? For example, one thing I can tell you right now is Coffee Tree is not showing up on this list right here. This is the Google local business results, and ideally, my client, I should get her up here, and that is something I'll work on. But, you know, having a number 2 position down here organically is still a pretty good return. She does get quite a bit of traffic to her site on a daily basis, considering she is a local business. Okay, so how did I do all this? Here's what I did. I'm going to just bring up a little screen so I can show you. So what I did for the first example, for the first and the second example, my Isagenix example and the asset-based factoring example, what I did was I actually, I'm just going to make this a bigger one. Basically, I used the only thing I used was videos and articles. I created, for the asset-based factoring video, I created 2 articles and 2 videos. And I put those videos and articles up on a number of different article sites and video sites. And within, I think it was a 3-week period, I was already on page 1 of Google. Within a 5-week period, I was in number 2. I was in the number 2 position. Now, for the third example, the Coffee Tree example, what I did, the only thing I did was optimize her website for specific keywords. And in just a matter of, I think it was like a few weeks as well, not very long at all, she was already showing up on page 1 for those keywords. So this is what I did. We have our website over here, right? We have the YouTube as the number 1 video site around, and we have eZine, oops, sorry, and you know what, I'm going to use this, oh sorry, eZine articles, eZinearticles.com, okay, and I put up 2 videos, 1 video, 2 videos, right? Both those videos, in the video descriptions, I created a link back to my website that I wanted, okay, 2 of them, I made 2 of them. I created an article which had very similar content to what the YouTube video was, and I created 2 of those, and I drove those back to my site. Now, in the first example, the Isagenix example, I used YouTube, which is a very strong site, I used eZine Articles, which is a very strong site, and I also used WCDA, DA, which is my womencandoanything.com website, which I'm not going to say it's a very powerful site, but it has a page rank of 4, which means that it does have a fairly good standing, or a fairly good page rank with Google, okay? So I also, the fact was, for my Isagenix stuff, I had put that information on a site that was already strong, okay? So those 3 things gave me huge leverage in getting to page 1 for my term isogenic scam, okay? So let me just erase all this. Then for the second example, I did something very similar. I created a brand new site from scratch, which was getting no rankings at all. I created 2 videos on YouTube. I created links back to those, okay? I created 2 eZine articles and drove those links back to here as well. And because the site was brand new, it didn't have any current ranking with Google. So I had to multiply what I was doing. So I took these 2 videos and I added them to some other websites, other video websites, okay? And I drove all of these links back to here, okay? Now, these sites are not as strong as YouTube, but they're still pretty strong, like Metacafe and Vidler and Vimeo and those ones. And then I put these articles on some other article sites. Again, not as strong as these eZine Articles, but you know, not bad rankings. So all of this stuff, all these videos and all these articles, which all together create a very strong presence, drive them all back to my site, and within a matter of weeks, I had a brand new site ranking on page 1 for my keyword. Okay, and then for my third example, basically the site's been around for a while. It wasn't really optimized before. I basically, well, I don't really need to draw anything for this one, but I basically used keywords, and I put the keywords that I wanted on the site in a variety of spots. I put it in the title of the page, I put it in the body, I put it some of the heading places of the site, and that was it. Now the one thing about this site is that it has been around for a while, so it's been indexed. It's also an e-commerce site, so there's a lot of pages on there for all the different products, and she sells coffee, so all of these pages have the words coffee on them. Also in the footer, I believe there's a something that says Toronto. Let me just check that. Let's see. You'll see. No, it doesn't have it at the bottom. But here we've got Toronto. Here we've got Toronto. And I think somewhere in here we've got Toronto. We've got Toronto in some of the testimonials. So just putting the keywords in certain places on this site have helped her get rankings for specific keywords. So the reason I'm telling you all this is because I'm doing a webinar this Thursday, and I want to let you all know about it, and I think you should get on the video on the webinar, because I'm going to be going over in a little bit more detail some of the stuff that I've been doing with these examples and maybe some other examples as well, and showing you exactly how to get top rankings in Google for your website. So it's going to be an hour. It's from 9 o'clock this Thursday night, and there should be a link on this page to go sign up for that webinar. So I hope to see you all there, and I'm just going to give you what I've got as far as how I've done what I've done, and how you can do the same.